But if we consider the biblical saints, it was men who pronounced sainthood on all of these apostles and other people. But there was only one man in the Bible, or through the Bible, that is referred to or called a saint. And that is Aaron. The King James Version, Psalms 106 and verse 16 says, and I quote, "They envied Moses also in the camp, and Aaron the saint of the Lord." So that gets me a little thinking. Because they said they envied Moses, did somebody just say that Aaron the saint of the Lord, or somebody got a message that he was supposed to be called a saint? That honor was not given to any other person while they were alive. The question is, what kind of character did Aaron possess? We know that Aaron took up Moses' work. We know how much Moses worked, but no one called him a saint. So they gave it to the other person, who was Aaron. But that's how it is. That's how it is written. So we will still give him the accolade. Only one person in the Bible is referred to as a saint, and that was, or called a saint, and that was Aaron. Do he not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by us, unworthy to judge the smallest matter, let us not be too critical to judge each other, just in case our judgment might not be right. When we walk through this life, we will be judged by a lot of things. Before we come straight to the judgment, let us count to 10, because our judgment simply might not be so. The Creator loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever. They work for the title. They have big time help preserving it. Wherever we walk, know this: he will keep the feet of his saints. The Creator loves his people. All his saints are in his hands, and they sat at his feet. Everyone shall receive of his word. The saints helps us daily to live better lives. They have passed it down from generation to generation. The same journey that the biblical saints took, or the same journey the historians took. The ones that are pronounced saints, St. Paul, imprisoned on 2 occasions, hanged upside down, Stephen, a martyr, stoned to death, and we could go on and on about the saints. Those are the biblical saints. Let's take a run at the historians who lived down the road. St. Augustine was a great theologian, leader in the church, did a lot of work. We give him the honor. St. Francis of Assisi, oh, his father was a merchant. St. Francis of Assisi was never good with money. When he sold his father's merchant, he gave the money away. We remember him for all his goodness. And just in case we forget, St. Francis of Assisi is the one who founded the St. Franciscan order. So their work still lives on. And let's come down to present day. Blessed Mother Teresa. There is some dispute about how many miracles she did, but still, remember her work for humanity. They are still working on her sainthood. I did a I didn't know it was so much reading on her. So the facts are still not yet bear out for her to be pronounced a saint, but we remember all the good work she did. But the saint of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess it forever and ever. O love the Creator, all ye his saints, for the Lord preserveth the faithful and rewardeth the proud doer. One moment. Could you look beside the person who you sit beside and say he or she is a saint or no? Don't make that judgment. Don't make that call, because we don't know. And just in case we would be wrong, we will leave the decision to the man, to the Creator, who knows the heart of man. He is fit to make that judgment call. But there are saints among us. We don't know it, but there are. Long after they're gone, then we're going to say, oh, Matthew was a saint. But that's what we're saying. The final judgment belongs to our Father. And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Christ. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and working, watching thereunto with the perseverance and supplication for all the saints. I thank you for listening. May the Lord add his richest blessing to these hearing.